Keras, no good way to stop and resume training. After a lot of research, it seems like there is no good way to properly stop and resume training using a TensorFlow 2/Keras model. This is true whether you are using model.fit or using a custom training loop. There seem to be two supported ways to save a model while training. Save just the weights of the model, using model.save_weights, or save_weights_only equals true with tf.keras.callbacks.model checkpoint. This seems to be preferred by most of the examples I've seen, however it has a number of major issues. The optimizer state is not saved, meaning training resumption will not be correct. Learning rate schedule is reset, this can be catastrophic for some models. TensorBoard logs go back to step 0, making logging essentially useless unless complex workarounds are implemented. Save the entire model, optimizer, etc. using model.save, or save_weights_only equals false. The optimizer state is saved, good, but the following issues remain. TensorBoard logs still go back to step 0. Learning rate schedule is still reset. It is impossible to use custom metrics. This doesn't work at all when using a custom training loop. Custom training loops use a non-compiled model, and saving/loading a non-compiled model doesn't seem to be supported. The best workaround I found is to use a custom training loop, manually saving the step. This fixes the TensorBoard logging, and the learning rate schedule can be fixed by doing something like keras.backend.set_value model.optimizer.iterations step. However, since a full model save is off the table, the optimizer state is not preserved. I can see no way to save the state of the optimizer independently, at least without a lot of work. And messing with the LR schedule as I've done feels messy as well. Am I missing something? How are people out there saving/resuming using this API?
You're right, there isn't built-in support for resumability, which is exactly what motivated me to create DeepTrain. It's like PyTorch Lightning, better and worse in different regards, for TensorFlow or Keras. Why another library? Don't we have enough? You have nothing like this. If there was, I'd not build it. DeepTrain's tailored for the babysitting approach to training. Train fewer models, but train them thoroughly. Closely monitor each stage to diagnose what's wrong and how to fix. Inspiration came from my own use. I'd see validation spikes throughout a long epoch, and couldn't afford to pause as it'd restart the epoch or otherwise disrupt the train loop. And forget knowing which batch you were fitting, or how many remain. How's it compared to PyTorch Lightning? Superior resumability and introspection, along unique train debug utilities, but Lightning fares better in other regards. I have a comprehensive list comparison in working, will post within a week. PyTorch support coming? Maybe. If I convince the Lightning dev team to make up for its shortcomings relative to DeepTrain, then not, otherwise probably. In the meantime, you can explore the gallery of examples. Minimal example. You can keyboard interrupt at any time, inspect the model, train state, data generator, and resume.
tf.keras.callbacks.experimental.backupandrestore API for resuming training from interruptions has been added for TensorFlow equals 2.3. It works great in my experience. Reference this URL.
tf.keras.callbacks.backupandrestore can take care of this.
Just use the callback function as.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.